awesome.
How's it going, wonderful people, and welcome to the Breaking Barriers talk show. We are absolutely excited that you are joining with us today. I am Somsak.
And I am Somsik. Today's topic is really important. It's all about LGBT lives in Thailand. We're here to talk, listen, and understand.
Yep, exactly. Think of Thailand as a giant puzzle, and the LGBT community is one of the vibrant pieces that make our country beautiful. But you know what? Sometimes these folk face challenges we need to shine a light on.
You hit the nail on the head. There's times when some people don't treat LGBT individuals kindly. They might give them unequal opportunities, and that's not okay.
And let's not forget about the rules and laws. Sometimes they are not fair either, and they don't protect LGBT people as they should.
But here's the bright side. We are here to learn and grow together. Guess what? We have an incredible lineup of guests who are ready to share and help us see different views.
Our first guest is Somchai, a teacher who is working in the government employment system and identifying himself as an LGBT.
We also have Somying, a mother who is concerned about her child's future as being gay, joining us and sharing with us on the thoughts on the community today.
Our next guest is Sompong, a hotel staff member who will provide us with a first-hand look at the experiences of the LGBT individual working in the hospitality industry.
And finally, we're so excited to have Somjing, an LGBT activist who tireless effort to make a positive impact on the community and visibility in Thailand.
Each of them has a story that's like a precious gem. By listening to them, we're going to paint a colorful picture of what life is like for LGBT people here in Thailand.
So, buckle up for an incredible, enlightening, and heart-touching conversation. Let's get a warm welcome to our amazing guests and get this meaningful dialogue started.
So let's kick things off by sharing our first question. So you see, the LGBT community here in Thailand is like a big family. So what do you all think about the LGBT community here in Thailand?
I think now LGBTQ society in Thailand is growing more than before and will be more accepted. As I work for the hotel as a staff member and one of the LGBTQ and have many friends that was LGBTQ too, we can go along with every kind of person, every gender, and they didn't judge us at all for being like this. Yeah. Now in Thailand, there are many things that we call out for our rights. Even if we're trying to negotiate many things, but they not be what we desire. But now our community, like LGBTQ community, is increasing every year. So sometimes the government or person who involved in this issue, this problem, should be listening to our voice and make our desire to happen in society. And I believe that Thailand can grow more, even just this. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I think according to what Sompong mentioned, it shows that the LGBTQ community in Thailand tends to be more accepting compared to other countries. However, as a teacher working in a government employment system, I don't think this acceptance is fully put into practice. I would say that many LGBTQ teachers face problems that affect their teaching career. For example, when LGBTQ teacher dress in a way that matches their gender identity, and they often get the warning letters stating that their appearance isn't appropriate, suitable in the environment of the school. So it's the problem that every LGBTQ teacher must face. And I think this comes from the idea that teachers should serve a role models as for their students. Okay, it's reasonable, right? Teachers should serve a role model for their students. But in my view, being a good teacher doesn't depend on what they dress or what they wear. Anyone can be an effective and caring educator. So that's what people in society should focus on.
Okay, in my opinion, common Thai don't hold again LGBT community. There isn't anything wrong with being lesbian, gay, or transgender. Of course, some discrimination still remains in many parts of Thai society, especially in official agencies and the armed force, with a center which is a center of people with a conservative attitude. For example, transgender persons are forbidden to serve in the military and will execute automatically during the conscription process. Gay, however, were able to serve in 2005 and I'm confident that many officers are homosexual secretly.
So, Sun Cheng, you mentioned gender diversity in the military, which transgender people should be addressed to in the military, correct? But do you remember that there is some news that two guys pretending and claiming to be women and competing against ordinary women? Do you believe that it is cool for anyone to identify themselves as whatever they choose and engage in limited gender activities?
First of all, I respect a complexity of gender identity and considering fairness in competition. It's a gossip, right? There is no proof that these two athletes are male or transgender. If these two athletes are transgender, it isn't cool and it isn't fair that transgender can engage in this competition. She used to be male before, right? That is why she has stand more than female. It's a bad trick to win. It would be good if we have a competition where transgender persons are participating, which is separate from state competition.
Oh, what an interesting answer. So next is your turn, Sun Ying. What is on your mind?
For me, I think nowadays individuals in Thailand who identify themselves as LGBTQ+ tend to openly express their identities more than in the past. Firstly, because Thai society has become more accepting of them. However, might not be entirely true, as LGBTQ+ individuals in Thailand face challenges in being accepted in the working communities. Statistics reveal that 60% of them have experienced teasing related to their sexuality, and 77% have faced job discrimination, and 40% have been subjected to sexual harassment. This figure demonstrates that despite the perception of increased societal openness, the LGBTQ+ communities continue to grapple with these persistent challenges. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, everyone. Now, move along. Let's talk about how this LGBT family affects our everyday lives.
Yep, exactly. Our next thing we would like to hear from you guys is that as part of the big Thai family, how do you feel about the LGBT community presents and does it have any impact on your life?
As an LGBT activist, I value and celebrate the presence of LGBT community in Thai society. Yes, that presence brings diversity, enriches our culture, and further understanding among different identities. This impact on me is positive, as I believe in equality and inclusivity for all, regardless gender identity. As an activist, I met a lot of people. I talk a lot of people. I respect that perspective, yes. And it's heartening to see the progress in acceptance, rights, but there's still work to be done to guarantee everyone's well-being and equal treatment.
As far as I can see, the presence of LGBTQ community is a good sign that Thai society is become more inclusive. But for me as a Thai teacher, as far as the fast increasing of LGBTQ influence brings many problems since Thai society is finding it kind of hard to adapt. And moreover, I feel that older generations not fully understand LGBTQ groups, and it truly affects my works. I mean, whenever I try to suggest or show them new ideas, they usually say no because what I share is kind of straight or weird or new for them.
So being a teacher in Thailand is quite hard, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Somchai, it seems like you have positive belief in the community, but also concerned about the older generation. As you mentioned, you have suggested ideas to the older generations, but they were denied. I am intrigued to know what are those ideas you suggested to them, and just give us at least one of them.
Okay, let's talk about LGBTQ teacher entire. As I mentioned earlier, it's not generally accepted for teachers to dress according to their gender identity. And I try to express my viewpoint on this matter because I believe they should be able to choose their attire, they should be able to choose what they want to wear or what they want to dress in a suitable manner as long as it doesn't impact their teaching ability. And anyway, it appears that my perspective doesn't align with the beliefs of older generation at the school because they find it unusual for a tomboy to wear a man's suit, or a lady boy who is a teacher wear a woman's clothes. And so it would be good if people in our society made an effort to understand these teachers from diverse backgrounds with empathy.
Based on what I personal experience, I've been only see a good part without any effects. Embracing who I am as LGBTQ and have a friend was LGBTQ has brought happiness rather than worry into my life. And I think it's important to enjoy your life as much as possible. And I think this wide range of differences adds something that's special to Thai society also, yes.
Great science, everyone. All right, let's step into a bit brain testers now. In Thailand, some people may when you say there are different numbers of genders, like counting a color of a rainbow.
True. So let's move on to a more serious question. So we heard a lot of people talking about this kind of topic, you know. So like if you go to like social media like YouTube, TikTok, you could see that like many people like interview like random people on the street and ask them like how many genders are there. And the question are like surprisingly like yeah. So what do you guys think? Like how many genders do you think exist?
From what I personally seen, I mainly come across LGBTQ, which includes lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. But I know that there are more many race of this group in the society. Yes. Yes.
So you know that there are so many more than just the LGBTQ, right?
Yeah.
This is just my personal question. So I'm still confused about the queer people. Can you explain what are they?
Queer is individual who do not identify as a male or female because the true status of gender are not known yet or is not known yet, or because they insecure about their own gender. So this individual was considered as no gender or sexual.
Okay, you know what? Thank you for coming up with this word queer, right? Even I myself don't know what this actually means. So thank you so much to share what it means. So I've learned something new today.
Okay, Somchai, but I think that I believe there are two gender, which is male and female.
Huh.
However, I acknowledge that gender and love are distinct concepts. As a human being, I believe that we have capacities to love whomever we should, yeah. And whether it's a girl loving a girl, a boy loving a boy, or any other variation, love remains beautiful, powerful force. As a mother, I committed to unwaveringly supporting my child regardless of who they love.
But you know, honestly, I don't really like when people ask me how many genders there are. You know, I find it kind of difficult to talk about because everyone has their own definition of gender identity, and I believe it's more important to for people to grasp to grasp what is to grasp. Okay, I think it's more important for people to get the concept of diversity and respect other rights. And I mean, whatever they're gonna be a woman or a man who loves another man, or a woman who loves another woman, or a gay man who loves a woman. It doesn't really matter. What truly matters is they care for each other and they love each other.
Sometimes maybe they are our gender because they want to understand our more, I guess. Yes.
So how?
Because they is new for them. Yes. They want to learn more about ourselves.
So,
yes. In my view. Okay. In my view, I believe in recognizing and respecting a spectrum of gender. Gender is non-binary. It's a complex and diverse aspect of human identity. Many society and culture acknowledge more than just male and female genders. They acknowledge transgender, genderqueer, and other identity. The number of gender is not fixed and can be nearly quantified as is a personal and subjective experience. Yes. It's important to listen individual and community to understand and support their unique identity. If we define gender by gender identity, there are so many genders, such as cisgender, transgender, genderqueer, intersex, gender fluid, gender avoid, gender expansive, gender non-conforming, agender, bigender, omnigender, pangender, and two-spirit.
Oh, there is quite a number of genders. But one gender that sticks to my head is that cisgender. What is cisgender anyway?
Yeah, cisgender is a person whose gender identity correspond with the sex, right, registered for them at birth. Yes, which is that.
And do you know what? That's the reason why I don't want to answer that question, because it's really hard to remember, and I honestly I can't remember them all. But it's gonna be a good sign if people really want to understand other people, and then they're gonna know how to treat LGBTQ community appropriately. And thank you for sharing this.
Thank you, everyone. Now let's move to something a bit more relaxed and interesting. Do you guys have anything to say or
To ask your friend sitting with us.
Whenever we discuss about LGBTQ community or gender identity, it is quite sensitive and serious. So I'd like to ask, what are some aspects or events that you found out that are lighthearted or amusing in your life as being LGBTQ in Thai society? Okay, I'll share my first. Whenever I am a teacher, right, and whenever I taught students in the classroom, and then there will always be a group of teenage girls who raise their hands and ask me, "Excuse me, teacher, are you gay?" And then, "Come on, okay, I'm gay. So what? Oh my gosh, no! You are so handsome. You too cute. You are so good, and you shouldn't be that way. And if you are straight, I'm gonna like you. So." Come on, good for me that I'm not straight, And you know what, even more funny, when I have to answer the same question every year. Yes.
Oh, that's funny. So I want to share mine. As I work for the hotel as a staff member, right? Every day we have to keep look as a boy, as a gentleman to impress the guests that come to stay with us. So at that day, while we working, we just break from the work, just for a while for a minute, and me and my friend, we are just like relaxing and express ourselves as what we being LGBTQ, yes. And we wearing more makeup, and then the guests walk through us, and we have to like put everything out and have to stand up, and like I was like, oh shit, I can't say this word. Yes. I was like, oh shit, and we have to bring the guest, and I used the a man's sound, yes. And this was funny. So after the guest walked past, I was jiggling with my friend, and this was my bad awareness of this. I hope that it's not gonna happen again. Yes.
yes? Thanks for those perspectives, folks, and thanks for making us smile. We all dream of a future where everyone gets to be themselves and live happy lives, right?
Absolutely. Before ending the talk show, we really want to know that what is your wish for the LGBT community, or how would you like things to be in the future?
Well, it's kind of weird. It's kind of tough question for me, but honestly, I highly hope that everyone in our society will see all women as equals and realize that LGBTQ is not abnormal, and you didn't need to prioritize us. We are just members of society. We eat, we love, and we are the same.
For me, it seems that compared to the past, Thai society is more open to the LGBTQ plus communities. However, there is still instances of inequality treatment experienced by LGBTQ plus individuals. Looking ahead, my hope is for people to treat one another with equality, recognize our shared humanities, and regardless of gender. In working communities, I aspire to witness competitions based on skill and abilities rather than gender, and in the school, I envision teachers educating students about LGBTQ issue, fostering understanding and empathy. This education could help prevent bullying and create an environment where LGBTQ plus kids do not feel different and marginalized.
Okay, so Min, can you give us more example of things we can do to stop treating people unfairly? Like, how can you make sure that everyone is treated nicely?
For me, I think we can stop unfair treatment of people by collecting effort to promote understanding, respect, and empathy. When people possess empathy for one another, it's highly likely that they will treat each other with kindness and respect. Yeah.
Interesting. That method might actually work if people have more empathy.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the next person.
Yes, as an LGBT person in Thai community, my wish for LGBT community is real acceptance. It's right that Thailand is openly for LGBT community, but not great acceptance. For older gen, they might be like, oh, okay, you can be whatever you want, you can be whatever you will be, as it isn't our case. Yeah, when I was young, I suffered with that context a lot. Yes, I wish for community. I wish for society that everyone can access rights such as marriage rights, yes, opportunity in career, yes. And I wish a future that everyone can live freely, openly, without a fear of discrimination and bullying. Like when I was young, I was bullied by my classmates. Yes, they call me กระเทย อีตุ๊ด yes, which is gay. They call me อีกระเทย อีตุ๊ด every minute. That annoyed me a lot. One day I said, yes, I am. I'm gay. I'm กระเทย. So was one day. Then they stopped annoying me. Yes, and I hope this exact vision of equality is more widespread in every area, every generation in Thailand.
I also really need the same all guests. I want LGBTQ people in Thailand to be more accepted, and I don't want everyone to stereotype us as a bad person. Sometimes we are perceived by others as being even as strange creatures of society in society. Therefore, not all LGBTQ are a bad person. So we are not same. Yes, not every LGBTQ are the same. And I would like everyone to be aware of this. And then I want the equality that we call out to happen in Thai society. For example, like marriage equality. I really want this to be legal as soon as possible in Thailand now. Yes.
I really agree with Heng when you mentioned about stereotype, right? Because nowadays most people in our society has a stereotype of LGBT community as entertainer or a clown or in a bad way. I think it's not the same. We are just a human, and as you guys who is straight, a boy and a man, a male and a female, we are the same. We have a good side and a bad side. So it's really good if people nowadays not just LGBTQ community by that gender identity.
Thanks everyone for heartfelt answers. Your thoughts are like a little seeds of inspiration that we hope that will grow into a more understanding and accepting world.
Totally agree. So there you have it, folks. A glimpse to the thought and dreams about amazing guests on LGBTQ+ matters in Thailand. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.